Welcome everyone. In this video, I'm sharing the roadmap that I'm going to be following throughout this video series. So without further ado, let's get into it. So this is the roadmap. At first glance, you can see that it's telling us to learn HTML, CSS, and then JavaScript. And so that's going to be the order. So the order of which we will be learning these three languages is going to be, first off, we're going to learn HTML, we're going to learn the basics of it, and then the intermediates of it with the basics. And then we're going to move on to CSS. Um, in CSS, we're going to learn the main ones like layouts, colors, and fonts. After we learn those things, we're going to move on to things like Flexbox and Grid. So you can see in this one, it says build 2 to 5 design components. So what this implies is that using HTML and CSS only, we need to clone things like navigation bars. And after I'm able to do like 2 or 3 ones by myself and not actually look into someone else's code for reference, I will be moving on to JavaScript. So in here, you have basic JavaScript. After basic JavaScript, you have the DOM manipulation, which is document object module, which means that you're using JavaScript to dynamically update content on your web page. Like you're changing headers and you're adding new divs and you're adding new content, you're removing content. All those things are categorized under DOM manipulation. After that, I'm going to learn version control, which is basically Git and GitHub. After version control, we're going into basic deployment and hosting, and we're going to learn its concepts and stuff. And then at this point, where we already know JavaScript, HTML, and CSS, and a little bit about Git. So we will be cloning a few websites and trying to host them on GitHub. After that, I will be learning a front-end framework like React. And afterward, we're going to move on to basic backend development. In backend development, we will find languages like PHP and Python. After the basic backend development, we're moving into database and database management. You can see that there are SQL and MongoDB. There's different use cases for SQL databases and NoSQL databases, so you kind of have to learn both. And then we will be learning authentication and authorization, security, and then the backend frameworks like Express and Node.js. And we'll be learning APIs afterward. And this will be the roadmap that I'm following along. And advanced topics, if I miss something during the upper portions of the roadmap, I'm going to be learning them during the advanced topics section now. And lastly, at the end of the roadmap, I'm going to build a full-on functional application using all the things that I have learned. So that is going to be the roadmap for me. And if you also want to follow along this roadmap, you can follow along with me. So in the next video, I'm sharing the resources that you can use to learn basic HTML and intermediate HTML. And make sure you stay tuned to that. And lastly, subscribe. Peace.